Hi, so in the previous video I told you that we were going to add balls using the subway manager, but before that maybe it's better to start adding DMD. And if we look at the translate of the RFPT table, we can see that right now it's done using display segments. Unfortunately, we did not support it in United Pinball right now, so I will delete them. And what is used for the moment is overlays. So we will add an overlay in here. The 8 seems quite good, and let's do okay a bit more. Okay, I resize it, and it seems good, and maybe okay, and a bit more. Let's say 29. Good. Okay. Actually, we in Visual Pinman, DMDs are used as textures, and it's quite the same with the VPM segments. Let's see if we can start a VP game with. Okay, so it's a full screen. I hope you see it. And where is my DMD? Here it is. It's down in, oh, it should be there. Okay, can't catch it. There. Okay, so as you can see, it's a window. We can move it, and even though there are two displays in the regular Elvira and the Party Monsters, there are two segment displays, but here it's only one texture. It's not really a big deal in here because as you can see, the DMD are close together, and there is only a dark part in between, so it should be okay. So we have to rename the object as a DMD, and if you use a capital DMD, there is nothing to be added, but if you use another name, you will have to add the parameter DMD. Okay, capital 2. And color DMD has another syntax in here, and we'll maybe see for another table. So I'll save it. I should have saved it in another version. For example, this one. Record. And if we go back to our script, go to the init functions. Remember the line we commented? Actually, this function is used to link a DMD object to DMD behavior, and so to link to the VPM. Actually, the first parameter here is the name of the object you want to link it to, so it's called DMD, and this one is a behavior. Actually, it's the name of the class handling the code to link to the VPM, because it's a VPM DMD. So it should work right away. So let's start it. And maybe we'll load the number 3. Oh, I think I did not save it. Let's see if I did it. Okay. It should work quite well. Let's see it. Oh. Okay, there's a crash. It sometimes happens. Let's see if first maybe I have to save it. We will take a quick look at the at the log. It's in United Pinball data, the output log. Alright, so this kind of crash is quite always due to a problem with VPM link. So let's not pay really attention to it. Oh, I remark that there is no here. Okay, save it. Okay. Good, and okay, let's try again. So I will pause and back. So okay, right. So it's just a VPM link problem. So right now, as you can see, our DMD is there. We can use the table options to change its color, maybe. Right? As we are here, we will darken the light and the ambient light, just to see better our lights in there. And actually, it was. If you save the options there, you will see in the table directory that it has saved a table option in here. So now every time we will reload the table, all the options will be loaded too. Right, so maybe we will try to use the different tests of the ROM, maybe. I really don't know this ROM. Okay, music test. Oh, the test doesn't work. I was using the test in here, using the different keys of VPM. Okay, let's stop this. Okay, so now, let's add some balls. Well, so we go back to the table and let's go to the script. So the first thing to do is to add a main through system. Actually, if we go on the documentation and into the switch here, we can see that this is a free switch main through with an entry switch in here. So the switch number 9 is the out all. It has to be triggered when the ball enters the outline, and from 11 to 13 this is the through switches. So let's set it first. How it's done inside United Pinball. You have multiple ways to do it, but so let's uncomment the main through properties. Right. You can do it this way, meaning we create an entrance kicker in this table and in most of the in the majority of the table. It's called drain for the out hole, and plunger kicker for the kicker of the main through. Right. So this is the script from Dr. Jude, and we can see that it has been decomposed. So the mdrain object has been declared upper. You can use the subway manager add entrance just to add an entrance kicker. On this one there was a solenoid release. It's not always the case, as it doesn't seem to be on Elvira. We have to check it. So I print the relevant parts, and the solenoid table is here. So we have to check that there is no solenoid for the main through. And by the way, the easiest way to set up a main through is to go to see how it's made in Visual Pinball. So let's go and check, and let's see how the main through is done in here. Actually, the main through is a ball stack, and it's an init switch. So this is how the stack is set in Visual Pinball, using a stack and a kicker solenoid. So the kicker solenoid seems to be the number 6 right here, and we will use it. So in United Pinball you can do it this way, meaning you want to draw to assign a variable using the add entrance and so forth. But we now have a similar function to create ball stacks, right? So let's do it in a more easy fashion. It has been used in our tables, in our scripts, and let's see. I think it's done for the Adams family. Let's open the script and go to the through section. So right now we have this function. It's a utility function for ball stacks, right? So let's select it, copy, go back and replace all of this. So this function will replace all of this. Let's copy it. So it still is the main through, and so this is how it works. The function takes the name of the input kicker, which is drain. It's the same. The output is the plunger kicker. For the Adams family, there was no entry switch. That's why we have -1 in here, and all the stack switches, right? So in our case, we should use, let's go back to let's go back in here, and we have this. So in our cases, the main through should be here 9 for the entry switch, entry switch 9, and there are 3. So as you can see, you have to put in the reverse order from here, with the 11 being the plunger kicker one. Alright, so if we come, okay, actually it should be exactly the same line as in Visual Pinball. Alright, 9, 11, 12, 13 and 3, 0. So with this function you can add up to 7 switches. Then we have to add the eject solenoid. So the drain doesn't have a solenoid to release. It sometimes happens. That's why there is -1. And we set the release solenoid to 6. Right? The last parameter is just to tell that a ball has takes 1.5 seconds to cross from the drain to the plunger kicker. So the subway manager is done now for this one, for the main through, and we have to insert balls. Alright. This we can also set the reset function. Okay. And now we have to check that it's only 3 balls. But if I remember quite correctly, there are 3 balls in Elvira. Actually, sorry. Let's check on the VP script, and yes, there are 3 balls. So we are done. We add here 3 balls inside. So we just have to copy this and change this number of balls. Right. Let's start this. So the philosophy of the subway is different than in Future Pinball or in Visual Pinball. There is a full API. That's why you can really tune your subway, how it's working. You put switches where you want it. It's quite designing a new table on the ground, right? So let's see if it's worked. Add some credits. All right. And there is a key in here. It's used for to see the subway and see how it's working. And the key is, I can't find it anymore. Actually, it's by default, it's M. Oh yeah. It has been signaled. Right now it's built in, but with the next version, it will be customizable. So you have to hit the M key, and now you can see the subway. We added this, as you can see, it's down from the plunger kicker, the drain, sorry. The drain is here, and here is the plunger kicker. What you see here are the switches. This one is the 11th, this one is the 12th, 13. And thus, when the ball will pass by the drain, there will be it will trigger the 9, the ninth switch. So let's start again, just to see if it's worked.
Hey, let's party!
Let's do it. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So let's see the Start Explorer and in the solenoids. Oh, it seems to be triggering the slot 2 and not the 6. All right. Let's check again in the documentation. Ball eject. Yes, it seems to be the second one. I don't know why in VP there is the number 6. Maybe I misread it, or maybe it's not the same number, or it has been done using another line of code. Anyway, let's try with solenoid 2, and being number 2, it was the other one. Actually, you know, it was from Dr. Jude, and so it often is the same slot numbers. So let's try again. I saved it, yes. Sorry for the delay. But you know how useful it kind of showed us how useful is the slot explorer, and how it can help you fix links with VPM. Even though right now there are too much slots because we said oh no. So there is still a crash from VPM with the DMD. I get you back. Okay, so this crash came from it's just a mistake I made. You know, when you kill the window, the VPM is not really clean, so the process is still going. Is still running, so you can't launch too much VPM processes. So it's better to quit with the quit button in order to clean properly the VPM processes. Okay, it seems it's not working. So. Okay, sorry about that. It really is some processes problem. So, well, let's continue. I don't have enough memory to do it all. Well, so if you remember, we changed the slot here, and let's start a party game. Okay, so it's alright. So now, as you can see, there are 2 balls in here, and the third one is on the playfield. Actually, I did not link yet the plunger, so I can't launch the ball, but as I am in a full debug mode, I can use a very useful functionality, which is the debug shot functionality. So how does the debug shot work? You right click on the playfield, draw a line, and this will launch the ball from the first point to the second point, and the force of the launch will be the length of the ball. So now, as you can see, the ball has came in here. The switch 9 has been triggered. If I launch the slot explorer, I will launch another one. Okay, well, it was not a good idea. And again, let's see the switch, the 9 switch. And it's triggered as it passes through. Maybe it's not long enough, but okay, it's really fast. Maybe you can see it with the video, but this is okay. We can start a game. So let's see you later for the further improvement in the scripts, and thank you for watching.